This is the Peugeot 205 GTI, a car steeped in history from the back streets of Paris right through to the gravel tracks of world rallying. In hot hatch terms, it is a true legend and remains one of the best cars that Peugeot has ever made. It started life in standard form in 1983 and during its lifetime sold over 5.2 million versions. In 1984, the GTI was born, and it came in the form of a 1.6 litre petrol with 105 brake horsepower. But Peugeot knew there was more to give, and 2 years later came the 1.9, which had 130 brake horsepower and was good for 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds and a top speed of 127 miles per hour. Not bad for a cute little French car. What makes the GTI so special is the way it drives. It gives you a lot of confidence when you're driving it at speed. In fact, it's one of the reasons they decided to take it rallying. This is the 1.9 litre. It's got a revvy 5-speed gearbox. However, on this aging model, it could be compared to stirring a bowl of soup with a cocktail stick. We don't think that comes as standard. The 205 GTI stood out because of its more aggressive bumpers, chunky wheel arches and distinctive badging on its shoulders. It's got 15-inch alloy wheels, iconic red pinstripes around the waist and distinctive spotlights on the front bumper. That classic hot hatch look continues with these bright red carpets contrasted with the stylish 80s black dials. You get all the mod cons like electric windows, a radio, heated rear windscreen and, well, that's about it. But this is an 80s car after all. The 205 is small as far as 80s cars go and therefore noticeably tiny if you compare it to a modern 3-door hatch. A lot of hot hatch fans would say Peugeot has never really come close to the boy racer brilliance that was the 205 GTI. But now, 30 years on, we've got the 208 GTI 30th Anniversary Edition, and it's certainly captured some of its key credentials. On first impressions, you can see it's very different from its older brother. There's still those red carpets, and Peugeot has added some sporty red stripes throughout, so you know this car means business. There are also some of the mod cons we were missing in the 205, such as a multiple media system and sat-nav, mobile phone connectivity and audio controls. Plus there's cruise control and air conditioning, something you'll appreciate after a stint in the 205. The 208 GTI is powered by a 208 brake horsepower 1.6 litre turbo engine, which is good for 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds. That's a second and a half quicker than the 205 GTI. It's also good for a top speed of 143 miles per hour. Handling is really responsive in the GTI. It's a marked improvement over the standard model. It's a complete transformation on the outside too. Like the 205 GTI, the 208 shouts about its credentials at every opportunity, with 30th anniversary decals all over the car. Peugeot has just introduced this new 3D grille, and the limited edition GTI also gets more aggressive styling thanks to 18-inch wheels and dynamic light clusters. But how does it compare against its retro counterpart when it comes to usability? Comparing the classic 205 GTI with the new 208 was never going to be easy. One is an icon that started a craze, the other is always going to be living in its shadow. In isolation, the 208 GTI is a great car. It's fun, fast and certainly looks the part. But the problem is, fans will always compare it with misty eyes to the original. And that's a problem it will find very hard to overcome.